Hi, good morning. Just recall what we have discussed in our last class. We have discussed the definition of a best approximation to a vector beta by vectors in W. Also, we have discussed one theorem. Okay, so now we are moving to another definition, orthogonal complement. Okay. Now, what do you mean by orthogonal complement of S? Now, what is S? S is any set of vectors in V. Let V be an inner product space and S be any set of vectors in V. Then the orthogonal complement of S is the set S perp, okay, of all vectors in V which are orthogonal to every vector in S. I'm repeating once again. Orthogonal complement of S is the set S perp of all vectors in V which are orthogonal to every vector in S. What is the meaning of that? Actually, this orthogonal complement is denoted by this notation. And this consists of all vectors in V. That means that of all alpha belongs to V such that all vectors in V which are orthogonal to every vector in S. Set of all those vectors in V. Okay. So set of all alpha belongs to V. What is the property of alpha? Alpha is orthogonal to every vector in S. That means inner product of alpha and beta is equal to 0 for every beta belongs to S. This is the definition of S perp. And this S perp is called orthogonal complement of S. Orthogonal complement is the set of all alpha belongs to V such that inner product of alpha and beta equal to 0 for every beta belongs to S. Hope the definition is clear. Okay. Now we will look at some examples of an orthogonal complement. Okay. So what is V perp? V perp is equal to 0, set 0. This is our result. Now actually what is V perp? Set of all but using the same definition alpha belongs to V such that inner product of alpha and beta equal to 0 for every beta belongs to V. Okay, but we know that inner product of, we have one result, inner product of alpha and beta equal to 0 for every beta implies alpha must be equal to 0. We have this result. So using that result, we get the collection of all alpha belongs to V satisfying this condition equal to set 0. Therefore, V perp equal to set 0. Now, next result is 0 perp is equal to V. What is 0 perp? Set of all alpha belongs to V such that inner product of alpha and beta equal to 0 for every beta belongs to set 0. But set 0 consists of only one element, and which is that element? 0. Okay. So, this set is equal to inner product, sorry, set of all alpha belongs to V such that inner product of alpha and 0 equal to 0. Okay, for every alpha belongs to V, clearly inner product of alpha and 0 is equal to 0. Therefore, this is equal to set V. Thus, we get V perp is equal to set 0 and set 0 perp is equal to V. Hope it is clear. Okay. Now, once again, moving to definition, orthogonal complement of S is set of all alpha belongs to V such that inner product of alpha and beta equal to 0 for every beta belongs to S, and this is called orthogonal complement. Okay, hope everything is clear. Now, there is another note. If S is any subset of V, its orthogonal complement S perp is always a subspace of V. Okay, S perp is always a subspace of V. What is actually S perp? By our definition, S perp is Actually, set of all alpha belongs to V such that inner product of alpha and beta equal to 0 for every beta belongs to S. This is our definition of SPER. Okay. Uh, Now we have to prove this is a subspace. We have to prove this is non-empty. Also, we have to prove for any C belongs to F and alpha comma beta belongs to S perp, we have to prove C alpha plus beta belongs to S perp. This implies S perp is a subspace of V. Okay. So first to prove it is non-empty, we know that inner product of 0 and gamma equal to 0 for every gamma belongs to S. 0 clearly belongs to V because V is a vector space. Okay, so clearly 0 belongs to S perp. Therefore, S perp is non-empty. So choose two elements alpha and beta belongs to S perp. As alpha and beta belongs to S perp, inner product of alpha and gamma equal to 0 for every gamma belongs to S. As here we have alpha and beta, we are just changing the notation beta is gamma. Okay, so inner product of alpha and gamma equal to 0 for every gamma belongs to S. Similarly, inner product of beta and gamma equal to 0 for every gamma belongs to S. Now, for any gamma belongs to S, inner product of C alpha plus beta and gamma equal to, using linearity property, we can write like this. Clear? And inner product of alpha and gamma equal to 0, inner product of beta and gamma equal to 0. Therefore, this is equal to 0. Thus, we get, this is true for any gamma belongs to S. Thus, we get inner product of C alpha plus beta and gamma is equal to 0 for every gamma belongs to S. That means C alpha plus beta belongs to S perp. Okay, this implies S perp is a subspace of V. Now, what was the theorem that we have discussed in our last class? Let W be a subspace of a. There is no need to write this theorem again. Okay, I'm just for recalling. I'm discussing this. So let W be a subspace of an inner product space V, and beta is a vector in V. The vector alpha is in W is a best approximation to beta by vectors in W if and only if beta minus alpha is orthogonal to every vector in W. Beta alpha is a best approximation to beta implies beta minus alpha is orthogonal to every vector in W. Now the next one, if a best approximation to beta by vectors in W exists, it is unique. Or we can say directly say alpha is a unique best approximation to beta. If W is finite dimensional and alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. alpha n is an orthonormal basis for W, then the vector alpha equal to this one is a unique best approximation to beta by vectors in W. Actually, this is a best approximation to beta. As it is unique, we can easily say this is the unique best approximation to beta by vectors in W. This is the theorem that we have discussed in our last class. Okay. So now moving to another definition. Whenever the vector alpha in the theorem 4 exists, it is called orthogonal projection of beta on W. Now, what is called orthogonal projection of beta on W? The vector alpha is called orthogonal projection of beta on W. Now, what is alpha? By definition, alpha is a burst approximation to beta. Okay. Therefore, if alpha is a best approximation to beta, then alpha is called orthogonal projection of beta on W. Clear? If alpha is a best approximation to beta by vectors in W, then alpha is called orthogonal projection of beta on W. Now there is another note. If every vector in V has an orthogonal projection on W, then the mapping that assigns to each vector in V to its orthogonal projection on W is called orthogonal projection of V on W. I'm repeating once again. If every vector in V has an orthogonal projection on W, then the mapping that assigns to each vector in V a orthogonal projection on W is called orthogonal projection of V on W. Suppose there is a map F such that F is mapped to F of beta must be equal to alpha, where alpha is orthogonal projection of beta. So we are mapping like this. We are mapping like this. That is, for any alpha, any beta, beta must goes to alpha, where alpha is the best approximation to beta. Okay, and it is called orthogonal projection of beta on W. And this map, if beta maps for each element beta in V, there exists some alpha. Okay, and this map is called orthogonal projection of V on W. Okay, that map is called. Okay, beta, we are mapping beta to alpha, where alpha is the best approximation to beta, and this map, if suppose this is F, this map F is called orthogonal projection of V on W. Okay, so again orthogonal projection of beta means this is a best approximation. Therefore, let V be an inner product space and W be a subspace, and if alpha is the best approximation to beta by vectors in W, then alpha is called orthogonal projection of beta on W. That is, alpha is called orthogonal projection of beta on W or on. I think it is on. Okay, on W, if beta minus alpha is orthogonal to every vector in W. This is from say, that theorem. Okay, theorem 4. Similarly, alpha is called orthogonal projection. Okay, if W has a finite ordered normal basis, orthonormal basis, alpha 1, alpha 2, etc., alpha n, then alpha is equal to this one is a best approximation to beta by vectors in W. So it is an orthogonal projection of beta on W. Now there is a corollary. Let V be an inner product space, W a finite dimensional subspace, and E is the orthogonal projection of V on W. That means if E map an element, you take some beta to its orthogonal projection. So E beta is an orthogonal projection. Orthogonal projection means alpha is an orthogonal projection means what this condition holds. Orthogonal projection means best approximation and this condition holds. Okay. So the theorem says that the mapping beta to beta minus E beta is an orthogonal projection of V on W per. Is an orthogonal projection of V on W per. Let beta be a, what we have to prove? We have to prove this map beta moves to beta to beta mode to beta minus E beta. This is an orthogonal projection of V on W per. This is a map is called an orthogonal projection only if it maps. Okay, beta to here beta to E beta. Okay. So first, let beta, we are moving to proof. Let beta be an arbitrary vector in V. E beta is an orthogonal projection of beta. Therefore, it is the best approximation to beta by vectors in W. By theorem, beta minus E beta is orthogonal to every vector in W, because if alpha is an best approximation, then beta minus alpha is orthogonal to every vector in W. Here, beta minus E beta is orthogonal to every vector in W. That means beta minus E beta in W perp. Clear? Now we have to prove beta minus E beta is the orthogonal projection of V on W perp. That means we need to prove beta minus E beta belongs to W perp is the best approximation to beta on W perp. Clear? beta minus alpha, beta minus E beta is a orthogonal projection of V on W perp means we need to prove beta minus E beta belongs to W perp is the best approximation of beta on W perp. That is what we have to prove. That means we have to prove norm of beta minus E beta is less than or equal to norm of beta minus gamma for every gamma. Okay, here we have for every gamma belongs to W perp. So first take for some gamma belongs to W perp. So beta minus gamma equal to E beta. We are adding E beta and subtracting E beta. E beta plus beta minus E beta minus gamma. Now where is E beta? E beta in W. So since E is an orthogonal projection of V on W, beta minus E beta is orthogonal to every vector in W. That means beta minus E beta belongs to W perp. So and gamma also belongs to W perp. Here gamma, we have this gamma. So beta minus E beta minus gamma belongs to W perp. Therefore, this is orthogonal to every vector in W. In particular, it is orthogonal to E beta. Okay, therefore, what we get? Beta minus E beta minus gamma is orthogonal to E beta means inner product of this is equal to 0. Now norm of beta minus gamma whole square equal to beta inner product of beta minus gamma and beta minus gamma, and you just add and subtract E beta here. So E beta plus beta minus E beta minus gamma and E beta plus beta minus E beta minus gamma. So again now split up. Okay, but E beta, inner product of E beta and beta minus E beta minus gamma equal to 0. Therefore, this term equal to 0. Also, this term is equal to 0. This is the conjugate of this term. This is the conjugate of this term. So, the remaining term is inner product of beta minus E beta minus gamma and inner product of beta minus E beta and minus gamma. Okay, so this is equal to norm of E beta square plus this one. From this, norm of beta minus gamma whole square is greater than or equal to norm of E beta square. Norm of E beta square is less than or equal to beta minus gamma whole square. Now you change E beta as adding beta and subtracting beta again. Beta minus E beta. Beta minus E beta. Sorry, beta minus E beta whole square is less than or equal to beta minus gamma whole square. Taking positive square root, we have norm of beta minus E beta less than or equal to beta minus gamma, and this is true for every gamma belongs to W perp. Therefore, beta minus E beta is the best approximation to beta in W perp. Okay, therefore, the mapping beta to beta minus E beta is a orthogonal projection of V on W perp because this is the best approximation. Therefore, the mapping this projection beta to beta minus E beta is the orthogonal projection of V on W perp. Okay, hope it is clear. That's all for today's class.